Hello, my name is Jeff Rolka. Thank you for checking out my video. I have no idea how long it's been since I've done a quick tip. And so we're going to do that right now. Thank you if you've chosen to subscribe. If you haven't yet, I hope that you'll do so now. Focusing the ah vowel can be tricky. It's thought of as a wider vowel. And what that really means is that the tendency is for the vocal folds to only lightly close. They don't necessarily want to close very efficiently for us when we're learning to focus our ah vowels. But I have a really great exercise. It's one of my favorite exercises. It can be used for a variety of different things. In this context, we are going to use it to focus and balance the way that the vocal folds close when we release into an ah vowel. Now, to get started with this exercise, you have to first say the word hung, H-U-N-G. But I want you to hold on to that NG and notice what happens to your tongue at the rear of your mouth. So if you say hung and you hold that NG out, you hopefully will feel the rear of your tongue lifting and it's touching the roof of your mouth. Now, it's not all of your tongue, it's just a little bit way at the back. Hung. And the tip of your tongue, keep that down by your front bottom teeth. Hung. And that NG noise, I usually call it a noise rather than a sound because we don't necessarily want to think about this like singing. The sound is a little bit off-putting, but it's very useful. So, once you have that hung, that NG sound dialed in, what you can do is you can use it to set yourself up to release into ah. And the pattern that I like a lot for this practice is one that has us doing some sustained airflow over a trill. And the trill keeps us thinking that we're moving forward. So it keeps the air moving over the vocal fold quite nicely. That's very important for focus, really, of any vowel, but especially when we're getting used to closing the vocal fold for the ah vowel. Very helpful to have that nice airflow. So it sounds like this, and I'll show you on the piano. So if you play yourself, you can play it yourself. It looks like this. I'm going to show you in the key of E major. But really, you can do this in any key, and of course, depending on what Fach you are, you might go higher or lower. Either way, I'll play it in a few different areas so that you can have a chance to practice with it once I show it to you. But start in a comfortable area. You can, yes, use this later to help focus that ah vowel at the secondo passaggio or higher above the secondo passaggio as you wish, but start in a very comfortable area. So it sounds like this. And again, I am holding out that hung, that NG noise until I release into ah. Now, there are a few things to notice when you're doing this practice. If you hear a really harsh G sound, when you do the release, too much tongue engagement. You're flexing that tongue muscle in anticipation of the release. See if you can sense that coming and resist it. Equally, you may find that you get something like this. Where there's no clear release of the tongue. You're kind of slowly slurring it down. Try to avoid that as well. You may, in fact, have to gently press up towards the soft palate a little bit with the tongue in order to keep yourself from sliding out of that NG position. Finally, you may also hear yourself doing this. where the tongue is dropping way too low and the ah is coming out kind of amorphic. It's gotten too wide instantly. Just like the previous example, resist that urge to drop it. You want to only bring the tongue at the rear of the mouth down enough to create a space for air to begin coming out of your mouth. Up to that point, it's all going out your nose. You're going to just make enough space and keep everything else as much the same as you can so that the ah vowel is equally balanced. And you get that ah that is, I think, quite pleasing, and more importantly, will align with your other vowels much more easily than if any of the other occurrences happen. So this area here is probably quite comfortable for a lot of the higher voiced male vocalists. If you're a lower voiced male vocalist, you might like it here. Try it here. And I might mention too, we're releasing halfway through the trill. There. One more time, and let's come up here for our mezzo friends. This is bordering on your primo passaggio, so maybe let's do, no, I think this is good. And release. And try it again. Release. Our alto friends might like it here. And release. And again. Release. And finally, our soprano friends, maybe here. And release. One more time. And release. Focusing the ah vowel can be challenging. Many of us find that vowel challenging. It is easy to allow the vocal folds to separate too much. One might say that they are poorly adducted or they are abducted when that happens. But with a little bit of practice, and particularly with this exercise, I think that you can get your ah vowel to align with your other vowels rather quickly and enjoy all the benefits that the ah vowel has, especially when it comes to upper register practice. Because when it comes to singing over the break, over the secondo passaggio, we really want to have ah on our side. It is extremely helpful in getting good airflow as we make our way back and forth across the break, across the secondo passaggio. It's very useful, but we have to have it in alignment. We have to get those vocal folds to be evenly closed, nice and efficiently closed. Thank you so much. It's been really fun. I haven't done a quick tip in such a long time. It's super exciting for me and energizing. So I hope that you've enjoyed this. I do hope that you'll subscribe, and if you feel that you'd like to support this channel, and I hope that you do, there are many ways you can learn about those in the description, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so very much for watching. My name is Jeff. Take really good care of your voices, enjoy singing, and hopefully we'll see you again. Bye.